Recording. Okay. Hi, and welcome to Finding Your Life's Purpose and then the Courage to Live It. So wherever you are in the journey of finding your life's purpose, it's good. If you totally don't know what your life's purpose is, that's good. If you totally know what it is, that's good. Don't worry about it, because you really do know. It really is there. We're going to go through just a couple of awareness exercises so that maybe some new revelations will come to you, or we'll get more solidified, or you'll find out just how simple it is to know how congruent you are with your soul. And that's something that's been running through your entire lifetime. My name's Lorraine Pursell, and I'm Lorraine Pursell. This is going to sound really cheeky, but I wrote down my bio so I could read it, because otherwise I kind of get distracted and off into tangents. So I'm considered a global thought leader in the areas of self-love and turning depression, anxiety, guilt, shame, doubt, and fear into lifelong fulfillment and happiness. I'm an international bestselling author with weekly shows on NBC TV for 2.5 years. And my personal openness about my journey has earned me the love and respect of people all over the world since 1995. I don't put on any airs that I have anything together. I'll be very disclosing in our talk today. But I just added this today as I'm on a global summit that's airing today, and I found that John DeMartini is on there, Morgana Ray. John DeMartini was one of the stars of The movie The Secret. So I'm sharing the virtual stage with him, and Morgana Ray, who is like a money love expert for years and years and years and years and years. And I've also shared the virtual stage with John Gray of Mars and Venus fame. So I have a lot of goodies behind me, right? And that gives me credibility, which I'm so thankful for. But what's so fun is that this is what my inner voice was saying to me this morning. I wanted to read this to you. Oh, it might not let me, because I took it off the internet. Basically, who do you think you are? You know you're nothing. You don't matter. Who's going to listen to you? You think you're a professional. You don't even have a handout. You don't have an outline. You know, when are you going to get it together, Lorraine? How come you wait until the last minute to be inspired? What's wrong with you? That's what was playing through my mind while I was in the kitchen making my coffee this morning. So it was wonderful to get it to like surface so I could become aware of it and go. And as I wrote it to my Facebook group, I was like going, well, I don't work that way. That's not the way my gifts come through me. I'm spontaneous. I let spirit flow. I don't want an outline because I don't want you guys in your head. I don't want handouts with questions that you can read ahead and then try to figure it out and get ahead of me. I want you to stay right with me with spirit as we progress through this. I want a transformation for you today. I'm not interested at all in you coming away with information. Information doesn't matter. That's all up here. Our mind is the servant of the soul and spirit. That's what Einstein said. The mind is only the servant of the soul and spirit. Isn't that amazing? So, with utter respect to Einstein, because he was a man who said thank you 100 times a day to all the people who had gone before him that made his work easier. And so with that much thanks coming through him, no wonder the universe revealed its truths to him. I have a quote that came through this morning, and it's this. Don't worry about this world. It is not broken. And don't worry about others. You worry more about them than they do. There are people waging war. There are people on the battlefield who are more alive than they've ever been before. Don't try to protect people from life. Just let them have their experience while you focus on your own experience. So can I just say that your life's purpose might be to help people, but it's not to fix the world, because there's nothing wrong with it. Everybody is here having their own experience, having their own trek, having their own hell or heaven, so that they can do what they came here for. So we're not here to fix the world in your purpose. You might be here to help people. Like I consider this part of my purpose, to bring you all back home to yourself. That's my purpose, is just help to bring you back home to yourself. Okay. So let's just do some breathing, deep breathing. And I want you to picture a ray of light coming down through the top of your head. And then all the way down through your body. And aligning all of your energy centers. And then all the way down into the earth. And down to the center of Mother Earth. So that we're grounded. And I would just like you to ask Mother Earth what message she has for you. And if you would just write it on your paper once you get that. My intention for today is for you to get exactly what you came here for me to be able to deliver the message that Source has for you, for me to not be in the way, and for me to not be the issue. This is not about me. You can just pretend I'm not here. Been doing that all day. It's not about me. And I will be delivering whatever comes through me. I won't maybe be polite. I'll try to be polite, but I'm not guaranteeing that. I am just going to deliver what comes through me. I'm not going to attack any of you guys, don't worry. But sometimes I can be very direct, and it won't be directed at you. It's just I'm given over to Source speaking through me, whatever that is. I have no idea. More than likely I'm going to swear, so apologies in advance if that is hard for you. I don't do it on purpose. Sometimes it's just like an exclamation point, and I get really passionate about what I'm talking about, and then sometimes it's just like an exclamation point. It's nothing beyond that. So interesting that Mother Earth's initials are M-E. Me. So that message that you got from Mother Earth is a message from yourself to yourself. Just another way to look at it. Like the inner wise person is also you. The way this is going to roll today is we're going to have probably, let's see, about an hour and a half. Then we're going to break for the retreat lunch. And then we're going to come back and have about an hour to finish up. So we're going to go into some exercises that are going to make you aware of what your life's purpose is. And the bulk of our time together is going to be around having the courage to live it, because that's what always sticks us, right? Is that BS. What are people going to think? What's, all that stuff that was coming to me this morning. Yeah, it was enough to just make me, take out, just like, yeah, you're right. But isn't it wonderful that it's not about me? Yeah, maybe that's all true, but it's not about me. I'm just here delivering a message for you guys to step into your purpose. And really what it is the self-love journey. Can I just say that? A little bit about my background. I was suicidally depressed my entire life until just 6 years ago. Even though I was a counselor for 20 years or so. I was addicted to Zoloft for 18 years. I had hired a coach to finally get off Zoloft. If you are on any meds, do not get off your meds. Do not use my story at all to think that you can try to get off your meds. You go to them for a protocol, okay? So, and it was only then that I stepped into my self-love journey 6 years ago when my coach started to help me get off of Zoloft, because he said, those thoughts are not your thoughts. Like those thoughts this morning were not my thoughts. It's BS. 98% of what goes through your head is not originating from you. And the way you know is you say, whose thoughts are these? And that thing will start to lift. It's not yours. Once a thought is thought, it takes on a life of its own, and it travels through eternity. It travels looking for a vibrational match. So if we're feeling sad or we're feeling depressed, guess what? More thoughts like that are like, ooh, like little sperm just looking. Ooh, ooh, look, vibrational match. And they will intersect, and then we think it's ours because it kind of feels familiar. But if you start to really pay attention, you can feel it actually coming from the outside of you in. It doesn't go from the inside out. And so that's my challenge to you. When you get these off thoughts that are like, I'm not enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not thin enough, I'm not talented enough, I don't have enough education. Say, whose thoughts are these? And you'll feel that start to lift. And you can even ask it 100 times. That MFer is going to start lifting. It's not yours. It's not yours. So once I started tapping into that and starting to really focus on loving and appreciating myself, oh my God. It was like I'm still waking up to how amazing I am. And I invite you into that journey, because we're all a God spark. We all have shards of God in us. And in the holographic universe, where if we have a part of something in us, it's in everything. You are God. You are so potently filled with God. So you have to be beautiful. You have to be wonderful. You have to be intelligent. You have to be brilliant and genius and shining. And you're here to just shine your light. And, you may be here just to anchor light on the planet as you let that kind of shine out through your face. And as you just spend time with that meditation we did, of just seeing that come down through you, the white light, and then just kind of like shining out through all of your pores. Your people will see you and they'll recognize something. It'll call something in that they won't recognize what it is, but it's just like the beginning. You might just be waking something up in them. Okay. So I'm going to take a lot of pressure off the whole thing of life's purpose, because it's like, ooh, life's purpose. Like, oh my God, if I don't live it, it's like, just lighten up on it, because you're already living it. I'm here to tell you, you're already living it. The more you get aligned with yourself, everyone just touch yourself on your tummy right now. This is your solar plexus, and this is like the seat of the soul. You know, when you get butterflies. Earlier today, I was feeling all kinds of weird emotions just running rampant everywhere. And that's just my solar plexus calming down. But this is where you feel everything. This is your center. This is your center. So I'd like you to just put your hands right here, and I want you to just consult. What is my life's purpose? And the first thing that comes to your mind, just go ahead and believe it and trust it. And when you get something solidified, just go ahead and write it on the paper. Because you already know what your purpose is. You live it every day. There are parts of you that fight it because it doesn't look the way you think it's supposed to look. And what I just got was to just be in joy, to just be. It's not like a thing that's defined, it's just to be. Just to be. So yours could be something to be defined, but one of the things that are really important is to look at, I'm going to ask you this question, to just pause and go inside. What are the earliest recollections and the earliest fantasies you had, like when you were 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old? That dream you had and that vision you had of yourself for the future, I want you to just go inside. What I'd also like to invite you to do is just kind of like put like a curtain or a bubble around you so that other people's energy, not that there's anything wrong with anybody else's energy, but just so everyone in this room is empath. Everyone watching this video is an empath. So we're picking up on everybody's energies, okay? We're picking up on everybody's energies. So I just want you to be in your own little bubble where it's like you're watching a movie all by yourself. And so it's really going in. It's really going in deep. So just put that bubble around you. We're in this room with all these other beautiful people. But I invite you just to be in your own energy. And go to your earliest recollection of your dreams and your visions of who you would be when you grew up. And go ahead and write that down whenever you get something. And I want you to trust that thing. Trust that vision. Because you were close to source when you were little. You didn't have it beat out of you yet by life, by peers, by parents, by teachers, by society, by behave, behave, behave. What were the ages again? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got my visions. I knew what I was going to do when I was 12. But it started for me when I was little. I was the oldest of 4 kids, and I was really bossy, and so I was always pretending I was the know-it-all, and in front of the room like a teacher, and I made all the little kids sit down and look at me now. So what was it for you? Just go inside and acknowledge that, because that is kind of like the dressing for your purpose. It's kind of a shell it might put on.
I thought a princess with baby dragons.
Yeah.
What was that?
Feel into the essence of a princess with baby dragons.
Mom of kids.
Okay, and how old were you when you had that vision?
Princess with baby dragons. That was a continuous vision when I was baby.
So it's the essence of that. Embody the essence of that. I invite you and challenge you to embody the essence of that.
Can you have multiple life purposes?
Oh, yes.
Okay, because I feel like I've lived one.
Okay, good.
And now I'm looking for the next one.
Perfect.
I feel the same.
Mm-hmm. You might be in a transition. You might be expanding. I'm expanding. I've been a counselor for years. I can't do that anymore. I would rather sometimes face a guillotine than have to sit and listen to somebody's problems anymore. Can't. Just can't. Not in me anymore. Done.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the essence is I love blessing people. I love being a blessing to people. I was realizing that this morning in the shower, and yeah, maybe that's a little codependent. I don't give a shit. I love making people happy. So what is that essence that just bubbles up inside of you? When are you the happiest? When do you just feel, ah? What are you doing when you're just like on fire? You're just lit up. And it can be something that like maybe it's just the start of it and then the rest of it's a drudge, but what is that thing that you do that's like, wow, this part of you that just resonates and goes, I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. I'm so excited to share this message.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. So I want you to trust yourself. I want you to trust what you're feeling, what you're seeing, what you're thinking, what's resonating in you. I want you to trust it. I want you to have your own back. And sometimes that's a little challenging when we come from maybe a lifetime or maybe being with a partner who isn't like aligned with that, might be feeling a little threatened for their own reasons and might say things to put us down or, you know, just all kinds of myriad of things. Trust your inner calling. Trust your inner voice. Have your own back. Stop throwing yourself under the bus. Stop putting other people in front of you. Start putting yourself first, and that's what the self-love journey is all about. Because we're the types, we will put everybody else ahead of us. We will suffer before we want to let anybody else suffer. We'll carry the burden. We'll say, oh yeah, just throw it on my back. Go ahead. Yeah, okay, yeah, I can manage that. Oh yeah, okay, I'll do that. It's like, no. I'm here to just say, I want you to just rise up, be your full beauty, your full expression, and even ask every single day this question and write this down. How can I be more of me today? How can I be more of me today? And I'm going to be doing another fundraiser speech on this topic next month sometime, on this statement right here. If you ever feel depressed or down or sad or starting to go down, feel your energy go down, say, what do I need to express right now? What am I holding myself back from expressing right now? Because expression is the opposite of depression. Expression is the opposite of depression. And that's the title of the next workshop I'm going to be giving. So how can I be more of me today? And what do I need to express? And as soon as you express it, if it's like, wow, this song in Starbucks feels really good, I'm just going to start dancing in mine. It's more important I feel good than what anybody else would think about me. And you know what? You're setting them free by you doing this, because they're going, oh, look at her. Even if they're not doing it right away, they're like, well, remember that girl? She did that. Wow, I'd like to be like her. Okay, so our essence is just setting people free, just unlocking people. As we let the light codes come through our eyes, we let the light codes come through our smile, just shine through our face, come through every pore of our body. You're that important. You're that important. So another way to totally tell what your life's purpose is what are your gifts? What are the things that come to you so naturally that you're like, nah, that's nothing. I talk to dead people, people on the other side, they're not dead. And I didn't even know that was special. I thought everybody did. And then one day I was with a client in Williston, North Dakota, and I was tapping in with her mom and dad, and they're up on a balcony over here looking down and just talking to me. I just had like a knowing of what they were trying to say to my client. And I told her, and I'm like, oh, I'm hearing her father who passed over. So I just thought everybody does that. And see, here's the thing, probably everybody does. But we are like, no, I can't do that. That's weird. So what are the things that just come so easy and so natural to you? Another thing that used to happen to me was I'd be in, I remember when I was a young mother, and I'd be standing in line in a Lucky supermarket, and people would just like in line just turn around and just bleh, tell me their life story, you know, like a natural counselor. You know, I'm a natural counselor. So now I'm not available for that, so it doesn't happen so much anymore. And I do other things with that. I do, with all my intuitive abilities, I do these intensives, 2 hour intensives to remove any blocks. So that's how I use my gifts now, but no longer sitting and just listening to people and their problems. Just done. That is done. So it's honoring yourself for that too. You know, maybe there is a gift that you've used a lot and you're, you know, either pissed because you're not getting paid for it and you feel taken advantage of, or, you know, maybe you do get paid for it, but your friends take advantage of it and you're a little bit pissed about that. So, or maybe you've just used it enough, like maybe it's parenting and it's your fourth kid and you're like, oh, I'm ready. You know, what are you maybe ready to move away from? Were you ready to step into another chapter of? But you don't have to be moving into another chapter. It could just be more solidly this one. So what I really, 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 really want you to get is to listen to yourself, listen to your heart, listen to your soul's screaming. Your soul is screaming inside to get out. Your soul is screaming to come out through you. And as the earth angel types, which all of you are, we're a little timid, we're a little afraid, we're very kind, we're very don't want to offend you, we're very gentle. And there's another side of you, I guarantee it. There's another side of you. And that's what we're going to come into in the next part. Is that other side, like that real you coming out, the fierceness, where people might not like it. And you've been hiding that from the world because of that tendency in us to people please. And let me tell you where the root of that is. We come from centuries and centuries and millennia and millennia and millennia of being punished, killed, tortured, raped, watching our families massacred in front of us, our villages burned, if we expressed ourselves. Centuries and 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 centuries. Where if you didn't get in line, you were cut off from your tribe and you would die. The 21st century, where we are right now, is the first time in history, recorded history, because there's Lemuria and there's Atlantis and there are other civilizations too, but we don't have very much, documented on that. But we are blowing through the old DNA that is in our bodies through that right now. The 21st century is the first century where none of that is going to happen to us in first world countries, not in third world countries, but in first world countries. So especially in the United States, there's nothing holding us back except ourselves. And that's what I'm here to do with you today, is to get you to go beyond that fear, which is old fear. It's fear from our childhood, it's fear from our friends, it's fear from our parents, it's fear from our teachers, it's fear from our peer groups, fear from high school. And it's just time to go kind of like, oh, I see you. I set you over here. So I want to invite us right now to just stand up and just let's stretch. Somebody said something I thought was so interesting. If they could tell who the spiritual people were in a big room by who was stiff. So let's just move our bodies. Let's just stretch. Oh. Just take up space. I want to invite you to just take up space, because earth angels don't take space. Do you notice how we're like this? Oh, we don't want to, I don't want to overstep you. Oh, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. Oh. It's like, no, take up space. Take all the space that's yours. Own your space in the world. Move your hips. Move your hips. When we move our hips, it is a declaration that, oh, here I am. I belong to no one. Nobody belongs to me. I am sovereign. This is where I'm taking you today. Sovereignty and love with you. And love with beautiful, beautiful, beautiful you. So just move your body, move your body. Your body wants to be moved. Yay, Tish! and unlike that BS thing in my whatever voice that was this morning. It was just like some old stuff, you know, kind of like saying, can we still get you with this? And it's like it's getting so old, it's going out. It's like, I'm not even listening to you anymore. So we're going to go into an exercise in just a couple minutes where I'm going to have you throw down those things that are running through your mind that were like the things that were running through my mind this morning. Because they're all the things that are holding you back. And I don't want anything holding you back. I want you in your full expression. I want the world to get who you are. I'm glad I wore a sweater today. I was like, oh, I was dying on my way over here. But it's perfect. In the cement room. We're in the cement room. The cold room. Which is perfect for me. And I'm going to tell you a story about Prince. I love this story. So we're going to be doing this a few times today. Just move the energy. And you watching the video, I want you to stand up and stretch too. Obey your body. Obey your body. Thank you. This also helps us integrate all this information, right? The movement is like getting it in our cells, getting it deeper inside. We're not shrugging it off. It's like worming its way in. Ah. Don Miguel Ruiz says, anything we do for our body that feels good is an act of self-love. That means you could be well on your way to self-love if you just say, what would feel good right now? A cup of tea? Get up and stretch? You know, jog in place a little bit? Walk around the building? What's that?
Get a blanket.
Get a blanket, yes. Obeying your body, moving, stretching, cup of tea, putting your feet up. Oh, stopping and just. Have you ever noticed, like, if you catch a neck ache and you just kind of give it just a little bit of attention, it'll like go. But if you ignore it, it's like all of a sudden it goes down your back, and it's like our body is attention whores. They want attention. They need attention. And I just thought that was so funny when I heard that from Michael Neal. It said, somebody could tell who the spiritual people were in the room by how stiff they were. Okay, everything's great.
They're so holy.
And we can be that way, but let's move, okay? All right, so Prince, y'all know who Prince is?
Yeah.
He's one of my guides from the other side. I love and adore this story. He was the opening act for the Rolling Stones. You know, And he comes out in his little trench coat, nothing but his little black undies, and a guitar. And people booed him off the stage. So the next night, he goes out in his little black trench coat, nothing but his little black undies, and he's playing the guitar. And they boo him off the stage again. He goes backstage and he says, "That's the last time I'm going to do the warm-up act for anybody again." Now, he could have said, well, you know,
This is the last time I'm ever going to perform again.
or maybe I should put some clothes on. People don't really like it. Rolling Stones are a good gig. Maybe a radio or record company's going to find me, and you know, so maybe I'll conform. He goes, "No, I'm MFing Prince. I'm never going to be a warm-up act for anybody again. That's how I want you to be." So, who are you being the warm-up act for in your life right now? Just come back to yourself, go back to your center, and who are you being the warm-up act for? Who and what are you conforming to? How are you conforming? Where are you behaving? Where are you holding yourself back? Who is the main act in your life that you're just kind of standing behind and promoting, rather than you being the main act of your life? What is it that's in you that you're scared to death to show anybody? And I'm not going to make you say. Just between you and you. Oh God, if people knew this part of me. And it also doesn't mean that you have to do that thing. It just means I want you and you to be very aware of it. What is that thing? What is that thing in you that you're so scared someone might find out? But I'm not going to make you say. Okay, it's just between you and you. Oh God, if people knew that. I just want you to become, I want it to come to the forefront, and then I want you to just love that part of you. Give it love and attention. I want you to integrate all the parts of you. I want you to call all the parts of you home that you've cut off, thrown away. Someone's said, you better get rid of that, or I'm not going to be with you, and so you compromised. Bring it all those, it's like bringing all the little hens into the coop at night, okay? We're just going to bring it all back home to you. What are the parts of you that you cut off, dismembered? What were the things you want to express? Is it singing off key? Is it dancing in the street? Is it writing something really revolutionary or controversial? Is it starting a podcast with all your controversial stuff? Is it your brand of thinking? Is it your brand of expressing? What is that? Sure. Got to remember what I said. What did I say?
I looked like you want to start a podcast or brand of thinking. What is it you're hiding?
What is it that you want to get out that you're, like Jesus said, don't put your light under a bushel, right? Like, what is it that's you that you just are like, me? I'm hiding because I'm too afraid to put it out there because I've been criticized, I've been rejected, I've been. What is it inside of you that makes you afraid of you? I don't know.
No, then she said after that, she said that you call all the parts of you, even those that you've thrown away or cut off, and call them all back and integrate them.
Yeah, own all of you. Own every single braid on your head. Every single part of you. I want you to own every single part of you. Not, well, I'll do all of this, but not that. No. It might even be some of the mistakes that you've made. Now, guilt and shame are huge. How many experience guilt and shame? Do you know guilt is the most useless emotion in the world? So there are no mistakes. I want you to write this down. There are no mistakes. Whatever I did for a reason. And how other people took it was their journey. Their reaction is their journey. Now be careful you're not getting up in your head.
What would it look like if you're getting up in the head?
Trying to sort out the questions. Just let it flow. Just let it flow. Okay. When you get to this point, like maybe you're getting a little scrambled right now, just let it be scrambled. Just like, let's just do this right now. Just breathe in and don't try to figure any of this stuff out. Just gonna let this move through you, okay? None of this is gonna start making sense, okay? It's just gonna, Source was very clear with me today and confirmed it through Tish. There's no structure for today. I'm just channeling, and the big thing was to get you guys out of your head. And we run to our head to find something to grasp onto, right? Like when my thing wasn't plugging in, I was like kind of panicking. So I'm like, but you know what? We're just gonna let that move through us. We're just gonna let that move through us, and it's all okay. All okay. It's all okay. It's all going to integrate. It's all going to come in just right. I am here for you. I've got your back. I see who you are. Just rest in knowing all of it. Yes.
When you said, like, what are you afraid to express, like, all these things that came to me were really negative things. Like, I feel like in the good things, I'm pretty confident to express them and pretty self-assured. But the negative, like, there was just so much, like, negative stuff that I'm afraid to show to the world. But I wonder, is there also positive things that I'm afraid to show and I just don't realize?
Yes. And those negative things that you're afraid to show are just right in front of them. Okay, so here are the positive things still waiting to come out. And those negative things that you're afraid to show are right here.
Isn't normal to be getting a lot of negative thoughts? I mean, just like a tremendous amount of negative thoughts. Okay.
Yeah, because you know we're clearing the shit. We're clearing the bullshit. We're clearing the bullshit. Like the ration I got this morning. You're nothing. Who do you think you are? You didn't even prepare for this thing? Other professionals went, you know, global thought leader, are you kidding? Who wants to listen to you? You don't matter. Like, oh, okay. And so as I was typing all that into my Facebook group, my mind is going, well, yes, I do. This is just the way I work. So let's just get that crap out, okay? Why don't we take a separate piece of paper? Who needs a separate piece of paper? We're going to write down all the negative bullshit.
I already have it written down.
Okay? Because we're going to like wad it up and do something with it.
Okay.
Who needs a separate piece?
And what are we writing?
We're writing all the negative self-talk. It could be things that you've heard, things that people have said to you, things that you're afraid people are saying about you behind your back. We're just going to barf it out. Pretend you got really drunk last night and you're heaving it all out. Just like, oh.
When you were doing this, and I heard you on your name so fast, so everything else, it took us some time to really go.
Yeah, true.
That's great. So I'm just going to say this for the video. The comment was that this kind of stuff just pours out so fast. For the other stuff, we had to really think and go deep. Like that stuff's just right there, clear and present, right? It's sometimes the things that come to you first thing when you wake up in the morning. I call it the 800-pound gorilla. Welcome. Do you have paper? Okay. Is there some extra paper out? Well, here, let's give her one of those. And what we're writing down right now is the bullshit that comes up in our mind about why we don't come out. You know, it's all the negative self-talk. That's like, you know, I got a ration of it this morning. You know, you're nothing, you don't matter, you didn't prepare, what's wrong with you, nobody's gonna listen to you, and all that stuff. And we're just writing all that stuff down. And then, and then if you could sign this and release the recording, the camera's not on you. Well, listen to you. Good. That's why she came late. She's right here where we are right now. Me too. Oh. You got it. All kinds of excuses. All the things that just like, oh no, I couldn't say that. Oh no, I couldn't do that. I'm so excited to be with you guys today working through this. You guys know you won't walk out the same person, right? You'll never be the same after today. Awesome.
I kind of feel like it's opening up too much. I keep stuff buried, you know, deep buried.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's all like coming up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little uncomfortable.
So with that discomfort,
Mm-hmm.
so just for the video, the comment was there's a lot opening up for her and coming out, and it's a little uncomfortable. So I'm going to take you through a process right now. So I just want you to put your hands right here, maybe up here. Just feel it where your two hands need to go, and just want you to just breathe. And just let all that discomfort go. Just breathe into it and honor that fear. That fear is there to protect you. It's an old defense mechanism for you going into the light, for you showing who you are. So just ask that little part of you. It's anchored to some little young place inside of you. You don't even have to know what age it is, just some little young part of you, and just ask that fear, what is it protecting you from? And just see what comes up, just see what that little person inside of you is saying it means. What is it keeping you safe from? This would be good for all of us to do right now. Just ask that fear that's represented in all that stuff you just wrote down on that page. What are you trying to keep me safe from? And it anchored back to when you were little. You don't need to know what age. It could be a bunch of different ages. It's not necessary. Just ask. What do you need from me right now? What are you trying to keep me safe from? What are you protecting me from? What are you attempting to protect me from? And just let whatever comes through, come through. Trust this. You can trust you. because you really are a gift to the world. And as long as that stuff is anchoring you back, the world doesn't get to have a gift of you. So what is that thing keeping you safe from? You might need to spend time with that. That's your inner child. And it's really a real thing. We grow in years, but each trauma that we have,
When you're really trying to reach the potential in your life, that's when, I guess, in the last place when you were a child, the last time when you were like hurt, it really comes forth. Like when you're about to reach your potential in life when you get older, or actually when you go back to when the last time you were a child, and that was about.
yeah, it's also called an upper limit. Because that thing is like, I know I'm supposed to be up here, not as supposed to, but I know to be who I'm supposed to, not supposed to, how do I say this? To be,
My best potential.
yeah.
The best me that I know I am.
Mm-hmm. This is our safety zone. This is like as far as we've let ourselves because of fear. And it's saying, I expand in abundance, success, and love. I expand, I expand, I expand, I expand. But that little inner child, you can just ask it, what do you need from me right now? And you're the adult, and it's the little child in front of you. And my inner child spent literally years just on my lap with her head buried in my chest. She wouldn't even look at me. And now she's up playing. She doesn't need anything from me. But I just spent all that time and attention with her. I'd say, what do you need from me right now? Do you might feel a fear or something holding up? What do you need from me right now? Or just check in. What do you need from me right now? I want you to play with me. Okay, let's play. What do you feel like doing? It's called arrested development. Technical psychological term, but we made decisions about ourselves. We came to conclusions about ourselves and our worthiness at each one of those junctures. This means this about me. Oh, my mom was mad at me, so that means I'm not good. Ah, she's always mad. That means I'm really not good, and there's nothing I can do to make her happy. It's all that stuff. Which thing?
Just asking the inner child what you need from me, and I just immediately knew.
Good.
I feel like this needs and release.
Good. Because in reality, right, that was protection mechanisms when we were little. Keep ourselves from getting hurt or hit or, I don't know. But now we're adults. So we can just thank that part of us because it's still trying to protect us, but we might not need it anymore because now we're bigger. But it doesn't mean we don't need to be aware of it. Because if we squish it down and we swallow it and we don't look at it, sometimes it can kind of get stuck in there and become a block. So I'm going to take us on a visualization right now. And this is a visualization to see that highest potential. I want to invite you to be very open to everything you see. Now, what I want to preface this with is you do not have to figure this out. You do not have to know the how. Like, let's say you get this picture of yourself on a stage with this big Steinway piano in front of a huge audience and you're just playing or something. You're like, well, I don't even know how to play the piano. Don't worry about that. We're not going to go into the how at all. That's why I wanted you guys to put your head over here today and just be in your body, okay? Don't worry about any of the how or whether it makes sense. We're just going to go in, and I just want you to take some deep breaths, put your pens down, get yourself as comfortable as you can be in these chairs. Now let's put our hands over our heart. It can be here, chest level, or a little bit higher, which is your high heart, whatever feels most resonating for you. And you've got white light healing vortexes in the center of your hands. Just like those pictures of Jesus where the light would come out of his hands, you've got the same thing. He said, greater works than I did, you will do. Now you're going to put both of those over your heart, and you're going to magnify the energy into your heart. And just say, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. So I want you to say this out loud. I love you, 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 I love you. Now take one hand and put it over your midsection, your like around between your rib cage and your belly button. Just kind of say, I love you, 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 I love you. Bringing in white light energy as you say this. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. This is igniting your light codes right now. I love you, 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 I love you. I honor you, 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 I honor you. Feel a cord going down to Mother Earth. I want you to activate your third eye between your eyebrows. Just going to put your hand up there. Well, one hand's on your heart. Put the other hand up there between your eyebrows and just do a counterclockwise spiral on your third eye, which is your intuition. Ooh. I'm just going to take a journey while you're anchored to Mother Earth, up to the top of your head and up to the heavens. Can be a star system, can be the sun, can be the edge of the universe, can be heaven, can be with your guides, with your spirit guides, with your angels, your archangels. Just go where you're comfortable in your mind. I'm going to take that back, not from your mind, just in your beingness. In your beingness. And just let whatever comes, comes. There's no performance, there's no have tos, there's no supposed tos, there's no shoulds here. Just let yourself be in whatever energy, whatever level you are. And there's a throne ahead of you down this long corridor, and it's just filled with white light. You can't even see the visage of the person sitting there. It's just white light emanating out of it. And just connect with that being. get bathed with the white light presence. And that being is there to reveal to you who you are, who you really are, who you really are. You're a being of light, you're a spirit being having a human experience, but you are not a human. You're only a spirit being having a human experience. So what does this all-knowing being say to you that you are to demonstrate through your humanness on this body, on this earth? What is this person, either through words or a symbol or a vision or a picture or a scene? What is that? And whatever it is, just honor it and accept it. Trust it. And it's pretty magnificent. If you notice blocks to accepting that, just take a deep breath and just say, I expand. I expand to receive the greatness of this. Feels so good. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And it feels so natural and easy to you. It's really not a huge stretch. It's the essence of something that is so natural to you. If you take away all the things that you're afraid of. If there was no fear, if there was no criticism or judgment, this would be like floating in zero gravity. Own it. And now I want to invite you to step into it. Take a step forward into that vision, into that symbol, into that color, into that picture. And just embrace it. Or don't embrace it, whatever feels right. But I want you to accept it and love it and own it and believe it and trust it. If there are voices come in saying, oh no, that's too much for me, that's too good for me, I don't know how I would do that, you just tell all those little voices, hi, I see you, I acknowledge you, I thank you. Now get in the back seat. I'm driving this vehicle. You're not allowed in the front seat. You're not allowed to touch anything on the console. This is where I'm going. And just step into that light. And while you're here, I want you to start either writing a single word or drawing a symbol or draw a picture of what you see while you're in this energy. Just start documenting it while you're in the presence of this wise being. Just start fleshing it out. You're going to document it in this energy. It can be words, it can be a paragraph of what happened, it can be just a picture that you draw, it can be a color, a symbol, a feeling, anything that you got in this wise person of who you are as God, as an expression of all that is, of source, of the universe. While you're in this energy. Now just stand up and move to integrate this into your body. Maybe it was just a word that you got. Just let it be whatever it is, whatever level. Just move your body and integrate it into your body. When you move your body, you are saying yes. Yes, 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 yes. I receive, I accept, I receive, I accept, I accept, I accept, I accept. Maybe you just saw your next steps. It's all good. Perfect. Thank you.
We're going to eat in the taste of things that back on it.
Well, thanks, Tish. So before we do that, I would like you to just write any feelings you have, anything that's come to you in this movement, anything that's come to you at all in this exercise. I want you to just write it, put it down on paper before we break. Okay, just breathe. Just breathe. Yeah. Don't be afraid of it. It's just moving through you.
Just shocking.
Uh-huh. I'm sure it is. We're just further writing what came to us from integrating, you walking out there, coming back, the integration, just more putting it down on paper. exciting. I feel like these people are getting birthed. Coming back home to you. Yeah. And I'm just gonna pass these out. Just take one and pass it down. And on this card, I want you to encapsulate what the vision that you saw. The vision, the word, the symbol. If you need to draw the symbol, great. Whatever that is, just, you're gonna put this somewhere in your home. So it's a 3x5 card. Just some way document what you saw, because you're going to put it on your bathroom mirror, or put it in a special book, or put it by your nightstand to remember this. Yeah, and if you guys need these colors, go for it. Yes.
Did anybody else see their self?
Mm-hmm.
You saw yourself?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I was just the odd one out.
Okay.
You saw yourself too?
In the room?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good.
Oh,
Okay.
so you saw
Lovely.
the
In the
room?
room.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I saw myself in the room.
because,
Actually, I was maybe older.
yeah,
I was too.
because here's the thing. You are royalty.
It's my life. It's for my simple. I am going to like,
Yes,
you know.
yes.
You mind if I share with
No, that would be fine. We're just writing down, drawing the picture, words, whatever anchors in what you saw. And you're going to either, it's for your mirror at home or in a special book as a bookmark or on your nightstand, just something to remind you. This doesn't just go and your brain go, oh, well, right. Just yes, yes.
Do you
So,
need it?
yeah. Yeah, yeah. You want to know something really interesting?
Yeah.
This has happened to me for years, but when I'm about to work with clients, I experience what they're experiencing
Mm-hmm.
in advance. And I was feeling so much anger today,
Yeah.
and just asking the angels to transmute it. But
It's been my go-to emotion since as long as I can remember. If I get angry, then I can get through it. But I don't know, since I've been coming here, I've realized that I don't have to be angry to be motivated. I can motivate myself, and that's what I just figured out. because I can actually just motivate myself without being a raging lunatic. You know, I can do this without anger. I can say thank you for your service. You got me through so much, but I don't need you anymore.
And you've already changed. You look different.
Yeah, I feel
Your
very
aura
different.
is different.
Yeah.
Your presence is different. You're more in your power. You're more in peace. It's just unzipping that. Now when that stuff starts to come back on you, because it's a habit, just say, oh, hi, back seat.
Right.
Back seat. You're
I
not
got
driving
this.
this ship. Yeah, you're not driving this ship. So while we're going to get lunch, if anybody wants to share what they saw, I'm open to hearing that. Oh, and I was moving like this. You know, if you're swaying or you're just moving, this is self-soothing. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Just let yourself be in whatever space you need to be in. I'm completely 100% here for you. Yes. Oh, yes, we're coming back after
I
lunch.
just wanted to make sure you didn't come at the end.
No, you're good. We're gonna break for a half hour, and then we're coming back at 4 o'clock from 4 to 5. We're gonna do some really powerful processes to get you into the courage to now live the essence of what you saw, or the physical manifestation of what you saw, or to move that energy through you that you saw or felt, or the symbol, and maybe you can't even figure it out or put it into words, and that's all good. So for you watching the video, I just invite you to integrate with this. Maybe take a break, have a cup of tea, put your feet up, go for a walk around the block, maybe go out and just put your back against a tree, get some, just whatever feels really good to you right now. We have a 30-minute break. So I'm just going to leave the video running. And so you'll see this beautiful background behind me. It says connecting. And we'll be back. Lorraine. Yeah.
Nice to meet you too. What is your name?
Tanya?
Nice to meet you.
Tatiana? Great. Oh, that feels good.
I did not know about you. Yeah.
You're on a power trip. Yeah. Powerful transformation.
Wow.
Beautiful. I love it, Tanya. So glad you followed your soul.
That's amazing. That is so amazing. And can I just say, I'm really impressed because nobody is seeing up in your head. Totally tell it. You guys are doing fabulous. And think body. I'm just certain that you're full. What happened? What's the next one? Well, you can do it, and it just means that you're a little afraid, and that's okay. If you run up to our mind, it's like scurrying in the mom's lap of the field, or having had mom's leg, it's that. And so we're just gonna open our eyes and just say, I stand, I stand, and abundance. Then, the scripture says you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are fearfully and wonderfully fearfully and wonderfully. Yeah. It's, so much awe. So much magnificence. It's like if you were approaching the throne of such magnificence, that you're just like covered in your flesh. Like that. Not like you're afraid of it. Like, oh my God, it's so beautiful, it's so stunning. My eyes are really so broad. Mm-hmm. You're going to want to break all of you. Because if you're going to feel tiredness, do that stuff, and that big body, like, you know, I'm drinking, I feel like I'm like, water. Yeah. I like it. It is awful. Like, they really do full of awe. All right. Awful and fearful. I like
I've read in a library.
Thank you for the lovely meal.
So good. I was just directed to say this later. That's a good time.
Okay. That's just to remind you to stay anchored and practice having a still mind.
Oh my gosh, that's my biggest issue. If I could have a still mind or peace of mind, I would be in heaven. I would be in heaven.
Yeah. Stillness, 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 stillness. It comes from you spending time alone, you spending time breathing, anchoring to Mother Earth, just stopping several times a day and just taking one deep breath. You're sitting on the couch and just for 30 seconds, just breathing in and breathing out. That is the beginning of coming into stillness, okay?
I started meditation. That helps a lot.
Very good, yeah.
Doesn't mean my mind is still, but I'm working on it.
Mm-hmm. And we just are where we are. And we just go from there. There's no bad place. There's no wrong place. There are no mistakes. None. You did what you did for a reason. If you could have done different, you would have done different. No, I brought my food. Mm-hmm. I get it. So tonight, and for you guys watching the video, after this, you're going to want to probably sleep, drink a lot of water, just take really good care of yourself because we're moving energy, right? We're moving energy. This is big stuff, stepping into your purpose.
I thought I'd feel lighter, but I actually feel like really heavy.
Yeah.
You feel really heavy too? Yeah.
You said heavy and hot?
Mm-hmm.
Just let it go through. Just accept what is. I feel heavy and hot. If it feels like a block, we're going to step out of that shit right now. So go ahead and stand up. And whatever you feel like is in your way, here you are in this energy. Whatever you feel like is in the way, if there's some resistance, if there's some fear, because all it is you meeting yourself. We have to be our best friend, our own best friend. You're just meeting yourself and your greatness. So here you are in your energy. And there's a line, or you're in a circle, and outside the circle is somewhere else. But right now you're in this energy that's just you. And when you're ready, we're going to step out of those things that are like, they're like old clothes, they're like, you know, old like clothes that you just go, ugh, I need to like wash those and take a bath. I'm just going to step out of them into the new you. So no hurry, just when you're ready, you get all the parts of you lined up. You're just going to take that step into that greater vision of what you saw. Your greatness, because it really is who you are. Oh, even if you can't define it, you're on your way in the self-love journey. When you're ready to step out of all those things that are holding you back, all the guilt, all the fear, all the blame, shame, judgment, criticism, just you're going to step forward out of that circle into let's just say the next step of who you are. Maybe that hasn't even been revealed to you yet. It's just the next step of your greatness. Notice how much lighter you feel. You left it behind. It's in that circle. It's like dirty clothes you took off. And now you're stepping into an Epsom salt bath of light to cleanse you. And I do recommend an Epsom salt bath for night. Cleanse any energy holding you back. I took one before I came here today.
I just bought Epsom salt yesterday, so it just freaked me out. It just said,
Yeah. Yes. At least 2 cups. So then you rinse with a shower afterwards to get it off your body. You're just going to let all that stuff just go down the drain. You're just going to notice the resistance. There's no performance. You don't even have to do your purpose. You know that? You don't even have to. But this is what I know to be true. Unless we do, there's no happiness. Until we are in our full expression, there is no true happiness and fulfillment. It's a bitch. It's a two-edged sword. How do I live in this world with fear of criticism and putting myself out there, being vulnerable, when I could be criticized or ridiculed? But it's the only way to happiness and fulfillment. But it's the journey. It's the journey. If you feel anything in your body getting tense, just put your hand on it and ask it what it's saying to you. Your body is always talking to you. What is your body saying to you? What is that pain? What is that seizing up saying to you? You just let it go. Just let the light of spirit just incinerate that resistance and just relax. Just relax. Say, thank you for trying to protect me. Thank you for trying to shield me from my greatness. I really appreciate you trying to protect me. I'm an awesome thing. I'm amazing. The people who don't integrate this do all kinds of things to hide themselves from this. Drinking, drugs, addiction to social media, anything to distract us from going within, from finding out who we are, from living our greatness. I'm an addict. I've been an addict my whole life. Now I just worked so hard to be addicted to good things. It's the journey. It's the journey. It's the journey to just letting yourself love how amazing you are. Like, does that word amazing, like, people go, yeah, I'm amazing. And it's like, now you're going, oh my God. Ooh, I'm that amazing? I was kind of comfortable with this amazing, but now it's like, oh, I'm that amazing? It takes courage. It takes courage. And all it is, don't get overwhelmed by any of this. Because all you have to do is take the next step by your soul. You don't have to bite, you don't have to eat the whole elephant, right? What is that saying? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You don't have to do the whole thing. It's just there to remind you of how amazing you are. Go ahead and just gently come back to your seat when you're ready. Wherever you are is perfect. Wherever you are is perfect. If you've got pain in your shoulders, that's you carrying something you're not supposed to be carrying. Doesn't belong to you. You're probably projecting like, oh my God, what will they think? What will, Don't worry about them. Just worry about you. What do I want and need right now? In fact, let's do that. I want you to write on your piece of paper, write down, what do I want and need right now?
A glass of vodka and a cigarette?
Yeah.
I'm with you. Except for the cigarette.
No, I just quit smoking. It's been 2 weeks this day.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's awful.
I did see them.
Oh, you guys,
Yeah.
it's amazing. Well,
It's when this journey started.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. The journey started when I tried to stop smoking. Yeah.
And the thing to recognize with cigarette smoking is it's a death wish.
Yeah.
I started when I was 14. I wanted to kill myself with it. I smoked, chain smoked with top tobacco that I rolled myself with no filter.
Oh my God.
And I'd still be smoking if I hadn't joined a Christian commune and you couldn't smoke. But I remember laying down in my car and taking all the butts out of my ashtray and smoking them down to the filter. But I wouldn't let myself buy any more cigarettes.
Yeah, I went through
And,
my
oh my
ashtray. I know there's a
God.
happy in here somewhere, and I finally
Yeah.
took the ashtray away.
It's a death wish. So all of those addictions are a distraction from calming down and looking, oh my God. I was telling one of you that I've gotten to the point now where, well, I do recommend this. Get a little girl, little boy picture of yourself. Make an altar to yourself. No, it sounds like, get down here. Make an altar to yourself with your picture up there. Some of the pictures of you as a little girl, little boy. Things that really matter to you. Put them on there, crystals, some things. And you're going to sit down in front of that little picture every day on that altar. And you're going to just send love to that little girl, that little boy. I've been on the self-love journey for about 6 years. And I'm to the point now where sometimes I'll just start weeping in love for myself. My heart is just broken in love for myself. I appreciate myself so much that I will just start weeping. Sometimes in the morning when I wake up, that is like integration. And it's okay to do that. It's not egotistical. It's not conceited. It is, that's how the angels feel about you every single day. That's how your guides feel about you every single day. That's how all your ancestors who are on the other side feel about you every single day. We're in this world that says it's conceited, it's wrong, it's self-centered, it's selfish. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be full of ourselves. So now when your mind comes in and says, who do you think you are? Stop being so full of yourself. Humble yourself. Don't be so prideful. Just say, thanks for sharing. I love you, 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 I love you. Because the greatest abandonment we've ever had in our life has been self-abandonment. We've abandoned ourselves. And now you're coming back to yourself. And if you have to do vodka and cigarette for, well, I'm not inviting you to go back because that's heinous.
No, I've already made it 2 weeks. I'm not going back to smoking.
But you know what? Sometimes it's like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's like that.
Mm-hmm.
God answered my prayer not too long ago that I used to drink so much that I asked to be allergic to alcohol. And I swear now if I just have one beer, if I go over the edge and I have two, it's like an axe in my head. It's so painful. But it's been a blessing because I used to go through a gallon. I love saying this. I used to go through a gallon of red wine like every other week. Yeah, I mean, I'm nothing special about me. I just said, yeah, keep saying yes. Okay. I used to skulk into the liquor store. Gallon of red wine. Oh, well, maybe they'll just think I go through it in 2 months. Like, no, it was like every other week, maybe sometimes less than that. I don't know.
No, she'd be dead if it was gone next day. You just pretend like you're going
Weren't
for a party.
you just in this store? So you got this whole like little round of, liquor stores you go to say, So when you have those tendencies, those inclinations, you just notice them and say, I'm noticing that I'm drinking, that I'm picking up. I notice. I see it. I'm doing this. Shh. I'm watching myself. You're just aware. Awareness is the unlocking of the shackles. Awareness.
I became aware 4 days ago that I did.
It's so great. I'm getting all you guys at this like new woo.
Yeah, it wasn't a happy awakening.
Wow.
Just a week and a half before that, I noticed I was smoking over a pack a day, drinking a ridiculous amount.
Yeah.
And I just kind of stopped all of it.
And sometimes all of that happens
and then I came here.
just before you're about to emerge through.
Right.
If you notice yourself, like sometimes I'll be packing in carbohydrates and sugar just before I'm ready to break through to another level.
Yeah.
So I'm basically saying, don't be afraid of it. Don't worry about it. And if you die, you die.
That's what I would say every time I smoke another pack.
Because you're just going home anyway,
Yeah.
just to cycle back through another time. I'm not inviting you to kill yourself, okay? Don't get me wrong there. But you won't. If you have that tendency to say that, especially after today and seeing how amazing you are, you just go, why am I afraid of this? I have God in me. I'm supposed to let that thing out. What is resisting? What is resisting? Just let it. Just be with it. Just love it. Love that part of you that's afraid. Just love that part of you that's afraid. Just put our hands on our high heart, both hands over each other. And just breathe in the light and the love and the integration. You have a calling on your life or you would not be here today. It is not an accident that you're here or that you bought this video. And you just ask that it just gets unveiled to you a little at a time, what you're supposed to do. What's the next step? What's the next step? Commune with your soul. What is just my next step? That's all we ever get anyway. We never see more than the next step. And if we're trying to see more than the next step, we run up to our head to try to be safe. And we don't have to do that. The how is up to the universe. We just hold the vision and the desire in our heart. The desire means of the sire, of the Father. So if you have a desire in your heart, it's there for a reason. Whatever that is, just let it grow. Just let it be. Embrace your amazingness. It's okay. Okay, God doesn't give us more than we can handle. Life doesn't give us more than we can handle. It's only when we get in our head and we start worrying, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, because we're not supposed to go there. So just stay right in here in our bodies. When you feel the panic, just breathe. And say right here, right now. This is what my counselor used to say to me. Right here, right now. Everything is okay and I can relax.
You just said right here, right now.
We're looking at the.
No, I'm looking at you. You just said right here, right now. I'm writing a book about that.
I just got chills everywhere.
Right there.
Yeah, that says here now, but she said right here, right now. No, I'm actually writing a book about right here, right now.
See, there's something powerful coming through you, and that's why you're afraid. You
Yeah.
guys, there's something powerful trying to come through you, and that's why you're afraid. Tell me about it. It's the story of my life. There's so much greatness trying to come through us. And we need to just step aside and let it come through us. Do you know what, you guys? I'm going to give you a secret. I've reached this point where I can't contain it anymore. Like, I can't, like, physically let it come through with my personality. It doesn't, it just can't. It would kill me. It would kill me if I tried to, like, oh, it's about Lorraine. It would kill me, or I would have stopped. So I've entered this place in the quantum field, and you might want to write this down for either now or later, where I am nobody, no one, in no place, nowhere, in no time. In other words, I just completely stepped aside and just let, it's all I can do now. I don't own any of this stuff. The only thing I take credit for is that I'm saying this and I'm showing it. It has nothing to do. It's a source energy coming through me. It's almost like I'm a walk-in or something. So we don't have to worry about our ego and how that's going to look and how it's going to present, because it just doesn't matter. Because now that you've seen it, there is no way to happiness and fulfillment except expressing. There is no other way except embracing. Oh my God, really? Really? Me? God, I had no idea. I had no idea how amazing I am, how amazing you are. I had no idea. We're in a world that shrouds us from that. But now you've glimpsed it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It's all going to work out. Everything always works out for me. Let's write that down. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. You're glimpsing God within you. And we don't have to do a damn thing because it's just going to come through us no matter what, one way or another. Right here, right now, everything is okay
It's all good.
and I can relax. So when you feel the panic coming on, it's because you're holding on to it. You're saying, how can my personality show this? What are people going to think? What are they going to say? What's my partner going to say? What's my son going to say? What's my mother going to say? What's my neighbor going to say? And you just go, I don't know, but I'm stepping over here. I'm not that. I'm just getting out of that. That's my personality. That's me holding on to it. I'm just going to let it come through. I'm going to let the light come through. And I don't have to own it. You can't own it. How can you own energy? It just moves. Okay? Just be the vessel and trust that what feels good is the right thing to do. And if there's nothing but a bunch of sucky things in front of you, Mike Dooley says, just pick the least sucky path and start walking. The least sucky path. Hey, I've been there. And then once you're going down that path, the next least sucky path. And Don Juan Matus, who was a Mexican Nagual, which is a magic man, used to say in Carlos Castaneda's books, are you guys familiar with Carlos Castaneda?
Yeah.
He used to say, you know, there are just like all these choices. Which one's lighting up? And you just start to tune in, you'll start to see them. Oh, that's the one. These all seem pretty cool, but oh, that's kind of lighting up. All we have to worry about is the next step. Now the courage to live it, the courage to live this, live your greatness, is we're going to write down everything on a separate paper because we're going to like move through this stuff. Okay, so does everybody have a separate piece of paper, another separate, or we can put it on that same piece of paper that had all the bullshit on it. Do you guys have there, or you need another piece of paper? Anybody need paper? We're good? So you got your vision. What is the fear? What is the fear? What is the fear? I want you to just write it down, get it out. So you get it out on this paper. The thing would keep you from stepping into just your next step. Your next step. Start putting it down. Whew.
How do we get there?
Putting it down on paper is really big because you're getting it out of you and onto something else. And you might notice when you write it down that, you know, you'll start going, well, so what?
No, just what heavier. And I'm not qualified to do what I want to do.
We never are. Do you think I'm qualified to stand up here? Do you think I was qualified to go on NBC for 2.5 years?
Don't you have a doctorate?
So?
That makes you qualified. I need a doctorate.
No, you don't. No, you
I
don't.
have a doctorate. Even when you have, you still feel. You still
Yeah.
feel, you don't know what.
Wherever you go, there you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. You don't need a doctorate. You don't need shit but yourself. You're qualified because you breathe. You just say yes.
I'm really good at what I want to do.
There you go. It's natural. We're burning through layers, you guys. We're burning through layers. We're burning through the threat of dying because we're not aligned with the tribe. We're burning through DNA that's in our cells from our ancestors, from eons and eons and eons and eons. We're burning through it right now. And every time you step through a fear and just say yes and trust, that gets fainter and fainter and fainter. So when the fears come, 2 questions. 1, is this fear true? And it could be. Yeah, they might call you crazy. Yeah, they might say that's stupid. Yeah, you might get rejected. But question number 2. And sometimes it's just an unfounded fear. Like, huh? Oh, I'm glad I got that out. Question number 2. Is it enough to keep me from living my purpose? And you living who you are is the most important thing in the world. Because the most important thing in the world is that you're happy. I kid you not. That is the most important thing in the world. So you can make a vow. I commit to living my purpose despite my fears. I commit to living my purpose despite my fears. I commit to living my purpose despite my fears. I commit to living my purpose despite my fears. And the fears are always going to be there. But that commitment, and if you'd like, you can take a whole piece of paper and just write on here, I commit to living my purpose despite my fears, and sign your name and date it. Put it up where you see it all the time. I put mine up in my shower. I actually put it up in like 3 or 4 places in my house. And that thing got ingrained in me. That was, wow, almost a year ago. I commit to living my purpose despite my fears. Anybody need a piece of paper? I've got markers here. I commit to living my purpose despite my fears. Because as long as we're small, there's going to come a day when we're on our deathbed and we're going to say, shit, I could have put in a little more effort, really written that book, really like written it and then faced 100 rejections and got it published. Mm-hmm. Fuck, what else is there? What else is there? There's nothing else. You guys, there's nothing else but living our expression. And then it's living our full expression. I'm not there yet. but I'm on my way. Everybody has fear. Oprah, Tony Robbins, where those people came from, holy shit. Tony Robbins left his mom at 17. Lived in a little place where he had to sleep in the bathtub. How do these people get it? Just say, get out of my way. I'm going. I believe, I hold that vision, I hold that vision, I hold that end result, like Mike Dooley says. That end result, I'm holding that. I'm not getting caught in the house. I'm holding that end result. I see it, I feel it. And it's that vision that keeps coming back to you. Oh, there you are again. Oh, there you are. Oh my God. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, there you are again. Like how many times does that come around before you go, hi, I'm going to step into whatever that is energetically and just say yes to my soul. And then you'll start to notice when you abandon yourself, how awkward that's going to start feeling. And you have your counsel of all the great people that you look up to. I have a whole Jesus, Mary Magdalene, Esther Hicks, my grandmother, Prince, Michael Jackson, Oprah, Tony Robbins. I can't remember the rest of them. Archangel Michael.
Yeah, Oprah's on mine too.
Yeah.
You've got Gandhi and Mother Teresa.
Yeah. Ask, call on those people living and on the other side. They will guide you. They will give you strength. They will show you your next step. And as our lovely friend here says, all is well.
All is well.
All is well. Yeah.
I feel like I don't know what to feel when I'm not angry. Like I don't know what I'm
Well, that's a very good point, what you just said. The point was made, she doesn't know what to feel when she doesn't feel angry. And this is what leading depression and anxiety is all about, because we don't know who we are without those things.
Right.
Who would you be in peace? We're so addicted to that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's like the question of the century. Who would I be without the bullshit? All that stuff is blocking me from who I am. Who would I be? It means either taking on a whole new persona or acting as if you are that beautiful person that you met this afternoon. Acting as if you're her. You don't know what the fuck you're going to say. You don't know what the fuck you're going to do. You don't know what you're even supposed to be. But just pretend.
Smile
back.
till you get happy.
Smile till you get happy. I have a video on that. I don't know what it's called, but it's like something about how to get out of depression really fast or something. But it's like all you have to do is just say, I'm so happy, I'm so happy, I'm so happy, I'm so happy. And after about 3 times, your mouth starts to turn up. You can't help it. Okay. Your body has 60 trillion cells. 60 trillion cells. And every one of those cells is your servant. And it's waiting for you to tell it how you want to be. They're waiting. And each cell produces 100,000 chemicals a minute. You're living in the biggest pharma on the planet. Each one of your cells is producing 100,000 chemicals a minute, all by what we entertain up here. So if it's that's what's happening. All your cells are like turning down with But then, I like, even if you don't feel it, I am worthy. I deserve. I'm amazing. And you just say that until you start to feel it. You start to feel it, and then there's like this soup, this energy soup going on in you. And then all your 60 trillion cells that are producing 100,000 chemicals a minute are going, yeah, I deserve. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And then pretty soon you see all your little cells have little smiley faces on them. It all turns up. It's quantum physics. So I would like to have everybody write either on one of these, if you haven't already. I commit to living my purpose despite my fears. Because this is what you are left with at this point. Because there is no way to happiness but living your purpose. And that just means not saving the world. Remember that quote in the beginning? The world doesn't need saving.
No, I think this one's
Okay.
Anybody wants to mark it? A specific.
You're here to just save yourself. You're here just for your own happiness. And then everybody else just gets to.
No, that's right. I'll just use this.
Lisa Nichols. I commit to living my purpose despite my fears, and then sign it and date it. Despite my fears. And all you have to have courage for is the next step that's revealed to you. That's all. Lisa Nichols says, I just saw this. This is so brilliant. You fill your cup to overflowing, and then it flows onto the saucer. And that's the only place you give from is that saucer. You don't give from your cup. Oh no. You give from your saucer. You keep that cup full. That's self-love. You give from the saucer, not the cup. The cup, you know, and it's even like that water tension. You know how when the water kind of bubbles up over the top? And then full cup. I pledge allegiance to myself. I am a sovereign being. Nobody comes before me.
It reminds me of on the airplane, that little video where it says, put it on yourself. And
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You guys you might want to write that down. I pledge allegiance to myself. I am a sovereign nation. Sovereign means you don't answer to any other ruler. Sovereign. A sovereign nation is a nation that isn't colonized by some other big boy. Sovereign. I pledge allegiance to myself. I am a sovereign nation.
I thought this was purple.
So I'm going to pass around this form for you guys. If you could take one and then pass it down. And what I'm offering to you is to answer a few questions. And if you would like to get on my email list, I have a lot of support for you guys. I have to do 3 live streams every week that are all about you coming into your power, becoming empowered. So question 1, this is what I'd like most to change in my life. Or you can write what you're going to step into, what you are committed to stepping into.
Where's the question?
Up at the top.
Okay.
This is what I'd like to most change in my life. Or you can write what you are stepping into, what you saw today and what you are stepping into.
And I have the ebook called The 3 Keys and 13 Tools to Self-Love. If you'd like that, there's a space to say you would like that ebook. I tell you about my journey.
And then I would love your feedback on what you gained from today, your feedback on this workshop. And if it's okay, that I might use what you wrote for a testimonial, if that's all right. If you don't want me to include your name, that's fine. I can just maybe put initials, but I would like to put some of these on the sales page for this video. So go ahead and just give me an okay if it's okay for me to use your words. If you say anonymous, just write anonymous, and I can maybe use your words, but without any reference to you. Thank you, darling. And at the bottom of the page, if you'd like a discovery session with me, go to that website, meetme.so/Lorraine Pursell, and that's my scheduling for a complimentary session.
Where, it's not on the card.
No, it's not on my card. It's here. If you want, you can rip off the bottom.
I'll just have it in
Okay, yeah, meetme.so for schedule once/Lorraine Pursell. And like I said, I don't do usually long-term coaching anymore, but what I do offer is an incredibly healing intensive, where for 2 hours we work on just working together with spirit to remove any blocks. That includes a follow-up session. And I have some groups and group programs also for your support. And then I have the 3 live streams that are free every week. And being on my email list will let you be notified of those when those 3 live streams are. So I've got tons of support for you. I've got a YouTube channel, and go to my website. My TV shows are on there. So lots of support for you. I've been here a year, a little bit over a year. From California originally. So I want to thank you so much for, thank you for contributing to Bliss, for being here today, for stepping into your purpose. That's the biggest thing I want to thank you for. Universe thanks you for not playing small. Doesn't fit anymore, does it? It's going to be really uncomfortable to go back there. You'll know. I call it the comfort zone. If we're not a little bit afraid, we might be a little too comfortable and not really on our edge of living our purpose. So fear is our constant companion. But, you know, we go into reprieves of, oh, and then it's like, oh man, this is boring. I gotta find something, I gotta stir something up. So I thank you so much.
Just waiting for actual feelings to come back in. Well.
Thank you so much for
Thank you.
putting yourself out there and being a leader in this life. That's very fun, right? And
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I can't do anything but. I'm committed to living my purpose despite my fears. Despite what it looks like, despite what people think, despite the criticism. It just doesn't matter anymore. It's so freeing, right? I just don't care because it's not even about me. Go ahead. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, oh, that one too. Yeah, I know, huh? You got that one right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I admit to it all. They're all right. But I'm committed to not abandoning myself. Committed to having my back. And that's why I'm here for you. If I can be of any service to you, just go ahead and reach out. You've all got my cards. And I love you. I see who you are. I see who you are. I see who you are.
And the universal love you.
Thank you. I
Commit.
receive it.
I commit to not being stagnant
Yeah,
and complacent.
yeah. Yeah, good. Lovely. Here's to committing to not being stagnant and complacent, because you know we're gonna meet that feeling at the end, and it's gonna be, oh shit, really? I gave my life to my family. They didn't need me. I was just using them as an excuse. They don't even want to be around me because I'm so needy now. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. That was awesome.
that was awesome. Thank you.
Oh, good, you guys. I'm so glad it was of service.
I actually got out of my head for a while.